family. I am so excited to be here talking about Mindset Monday. Monday is actually my favorite day of the week. I know that sounds crazy, but it is because one, I know that the week starts on Sundays, but I think, Sundays is more family time. You might not you might go to the grocery store and stuff and get set for your week, or, maybe Sunday's your day off from the business. But Mondays are really where you're like, all right, let's do it, right? Let's get the thing done, right? Let's accomplish our goals for the week. So, I was asked to come on to talk about mindset, and it's funny because mindset has been the one tool that I had to work at. The one tool that I really had to train myself in. I know a lot of y'all don't know my background or my past, but mindset was something that really always just got to me. When I was younger, I was not the smartest person. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Liz. I was not the smartest person in school. I mean, I wasn't the most person that would catch on quickly. I struggled, and I'm not afraid to admit that all makes me part of who I have become and what I have done to accomplish of where I am today. And just my mindset when I was, younger, to where I am now has drastically changed. And sometimes it freaks me out. Sometimes I'm like, did I really just do that? But it feels good. That's the beauty about mindset, is that when you start to practice it, when you start to notice the things that you need to practice in, and you start to change it, it's like, man, good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. And in this business and in the world that we are in, we do need to do that. We need to be knowledgeable to the things that we succeed in. We need to be knowledgeable to the things that we struggle in. We need to be knowledgeable to the things that we can improve in or need to improve in. And mindset it's all about mindset, right? So let's talk about what the definition of mindset is. I know everybody should know that, but really I think with me looking up the definitions to things has really empowered me as an individual, because we kind of be like, okay, I know what that means, but do you really know what the word means? Do you really know what you need to do? And the definition of mindset is the establishment set of your attitudes held by someone. So that means the definition of what you think about yourself, the definition of what you think you can do, the definition of how smart you think you are, the definition of, maybe I can reach out to that person, or maybe I shouldn't because what are they going to think about me, right? So that is the definition of mindset, and that's what we have to get past. That is the most important thing in this business, is your mindset. Because let's be honest, I think everybody that's on this page knows that entrepreneurship and this business does not go perfect, right? It does not. It actually kind of goes in a roller coaster sometimes, and sometimes you feel like you're at the top of the mountain, and sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I'm a very emotional person, so if I start to cry, forgive me. This is just a topic that has been so passionate to me. So what I started to look into, and what my mentor, Michael Gare, has really started working me with, was mindset. Mindset, Felicia, you're capable of more. Even my husband would be like, you're capable of more. My family was always telling me, throughout the years, you're capable of more, and I didn't really understand what that was. Everybody just kept telling me, you're amazing, you're capable of more, I see more from you, and I'm like, what the heck does that mean, right? What does that mean? Even, my friends would be like, you're so amazing, you're capable of more. Everybody would tell me that you're capable of more. And I was like, okay, what do I do with that I'm capable of more? Clearly other people see it and I don't, right? So when USANA was brought into my life, it was brought into my life as I didn't have a choice. I was living an unhealthy lifestyle. I had gained a whole nother person of weight. I didn't feel like myself. I was not the person I was growing up. I wasn't being athletic. I wasn't working out. I had took like the roller coaster down, right? And I was blessed with my husband and a great friend, Adrian. He's also my upline. That they didn't take no for an answer. My family, they didn't take no for an answer. They all kind of had that mindset, right, of me, that I was capable of more. So what did they do? They told me, I'm capable of more, Felicia. You need to do this. I instantly fell in love with USANA, not only because it worked, because the products are the bomb. We know that they work if someone takes it consistent. But I fell in love what USANA could do for me, what it could do for me as an individual. And I feel like that's what I was been looking for my whole life, right? I had always struggled. What was my purpose in life? What was I supposed to do? I went from teaching, to this. I knew that I had a passion of helping people. And it just opened up, USANA opened up my mindset and my world. And, I went to work on my mindset. I started learning what a growth mindset was and what a fixed mindset was. And I think that that's really important as an individual to understand. I know that we've heard it over and over, growth mindset, fixed mindset. But have you really looked at yourself? Have you, as a coach, maybe you're there, maybe you have the growth mindset, but have you looked at your downline? Have you seen who has a growth mindset or who's not there, that is struggling with the fixed mindset? And what can we do as coaches to help them? So a fixed mindset, for those of y'all who don't know, or maybe you're struggling it right now, maybe you're new to the business, a fixed mindset is the belief that you were born with that amount of intelligence or that potential, and that's it, right? That's what you're born with. You're not smart, you can't grow, this is what you're gonna be for the rest of your life. And your potential is that's all I'm capable of, right? I'm just capable of going and working a 9 to 5 job. That's what I was told when I was little. That's when I was, told when I was in high school. That's what I was told, in my 20s, in my 30s, that's it, No, it's not. It's not it. At whatever age you are at, whatever place that you're at in your business, you can get out of that fixed mindset. And that's what I realized. That's what I realized, that I was capable. That's when I realized I was capable of more. That's when I, was able to be open-minded to growing and having a growth mindset. So a growth mindset is the belief that we are capable of working harder to increase our potential. Guys, that means you are so much capable of more. That also means that you can be smarter. You can learn new things. It doesn't matter your past or where you come from or your education or if you have a degree or you don't have a degree. You are capable of learning more. And growth mindset, I think this is the key of everything. You do not know everything. You do not know everything. I'm going to repeat it again. There is always something to learn. Always something to learn. No matter what age you're at, no matter where you are in your business, there is always something to learn. I really don't care if you're a diamond or you're not a rank. There's always something to learn from who's around you, the circumstances that you're going through in life, in your business. There's always something to take away. And when we realize that, we go into the growth mindset and we realize that we can grow. And not only that we realize that we can grow, but we can grow individuals. We can grow other individuals that will, just grow as an individual. But we can't grow someone as a leader until we realize that. Until we realize our potential. Till we realize that there's something to always learn. And learning is an ongoing process. Like, you know, you might be like, well, Felicia, you're young. No, you know, I've been through a lot. I really have. But one thing that I never gave up was the fact that I was willing to learn. So if you're willing to learn and your teammates are willing to learn, my suggestion is when you see that teammate in your team, okay, and they're willing to learn and they want it, and they say, help me. I know that I'm not the best at this, but I want to learn. Those are the teammates that, oh my gosh, I love. I hold by the hand. I will walk them through. I just had 2 silver directors hit in the past 2 weeks. I'm so proud of that. We're going to have a bunch of directors and achievers these next coming weeks, which is absolutely amazing. But that would have never happened if I didn't fix my mindset. If I didn't go from a fix to a growth mindset. Because I would have always been that girl that was like, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. I didn't graduate with a degree. I was just a pre-K 3 teacher. I don't really know. Do you see how I was feeding all my mind those stuff? Like those things? And now, like, I don't even look back. I'm like, I'm always learning. I'm willing to learn. If I see someone having success, I'm like, teach me what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing. How are you doing that? Because that's what it is about, guys. Like, grabbing from individuals that, like, what you want, what your goals are. And, you know, I have grasped on to many leaders in USANA. You know, my mentor, Michael Carejas, my husband, especially as well. And, you know, a lot of y'all leaders that are on the page, I mean, I don't want to mention any names because there's huge leaders on this page that have set a platform for me to look up to when I first entered. When I first entered and I wasn't a rank. And when I first entered and wasn't on the charts, I looked up to everyone in USANA. It was just, let me learn. Let me learn from this person. Let me learn from this person. What does this person have? So my suggestion is to fix your mindset is always keep an open mind. Look around. Our USANA family is so beautiful. Like, we're surrounded by beautiful people, by growth-minded people, and we need to learn from them. We need to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and make it our favor, you know? Like, that's what it's about. But if you have a fixed mindset, you won't ever be able to see that or that potential that you have. You can't think that you know everything. You can't think that there's nothing to learn. You can always say, always, guys, if y'all walk away from any of this tonight, there's always something to learn from individuals who have the success that you want. That was something that I got clear on. I wanted to surround myself with individuals who had what I wanted. I wanted to learn from them. I wanted to pick their brain. And I wanted to start practicing those skills. Have I made my mistakes? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I have made my mistakes. But I also try not to make the same mistakes again. That's another thing that my growth mindset has helped me in. Is not making those same mistakes over and over and over. Same thing, like if you're thinking about business wise, if you've tried it one way and you're not growing, well, look at the people that are growing, guys. Like, what are they doing? Pick their brain. Like, ask them. Ask me. I mean, I know that I'm, one that's coming up in the charts, and that's my growth mindset, right? Now that I can speak out and say, I'm doing the damn thing, but reach out to people. If I would have never reached out, to Michael, and Michael can probably vouch for this. If I would have never reached out to Michael, which I reached out to my upline and was like, hey, I'm in your downline and I'm growing. We need to work together. Let's, do it. And, he became my friend. He is one of me and my husband's best friends now. We are family. And we would have never had that bond, or that relationship hadn't I reached out for it or wanted it. So surround yourself with growth-minded people. That's another thing, guys. Like, you have to take a good look of who's in your circle, who is encouraging you. And, you know, the people that don't believe in you, there's no room for them in your life right now, because you're on a mission. You are on a mission to change people's lives. You're on a mission to grow your business. You're on a mission to become an entrepreneur. And there's no room for those type of people in your life. So I would also suggest that you take a good look of the people that you have in your circle and realize who is for you, for your growth mindset, and who is for not. Doesn't mean that you're like, hey, you know, I'm cutting you off. It just means that you're more cautious of those people, and that you're more cautious of who you put yourself around. I became very cautious of my inner circle, who I was surrounding myself with, who I was speaking to about the business about 2 years ago. And I started to see my numbers climb. And me and Reggie, since we've done that together as a couple, and we've been on the same page, you know, with each other and who we hang out with and who we surround ourselves with, our business has gone up, and it's only going up because we want that growth mindset. We always want that growth mindset. So we can talk about, you know, growth mindset and fixed mindset all night. But what happens when, you know, we're human? Today, you know, I was like, gosh, it's raining. I don't really want to go for a run. But I told myself I was going to go. So that was my little voices, right, going through my head. So I was like, nope, that's it. I cut myself off right there. I said, we're getting it done. Let's go out and run. We're going to get wet. So what? You're going to come back in and change. Go. Just go, Felicia. So self-talk to your mindset is so important, guys. You got to self-talk to yourself, because you're going to self-talk to yourself negative anyways. So you better start getting in a habit of self-talking positive to yourself. And that's when you start to see your potential. That's when you're like, you know, I went for my run, you know, I came back in, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like accomplished. And everything else can wait. Make your goals, whatever your goals are. I don't care if it's to run, to work out, if it's to reach out to 5 people a day, 10 people, if it's to help 2 teammates a day. You gotta have your limits set every day, every week, of a non-negotiable for your mindset. Like, where this is not gonna fly no more, you need to do it. You gotta get it done. And that's where your growth mindset starts to grow. And it starts to grow, and it starts to grow, and it starts to grow. So that is what I have for Mindset Monday. That's what's really, truly helped me. That's where I'm at everywhere in my life, in my business, in my family, in my relationship, is really just, you know what? There's always something to learn. And you know what? My self-talk is so important. And we need to train our minds, right? Like, when you hear that voice go off, turn it off. Like, just say, like, when you hear something negative go on, or, you know, business wise, when you get a lot of no's, or you get a lot of I'm not interested, or somebody doesn't show up to your meeting, or they don't show up to your Zoom call, or, you know, they tell you they're going to buy and they don't buy. When that happens, you got to go, okay, you know what? I'm made to change the lives that I'm made to change. And I'm going to go on to the next person. I'm going to follow up with that person before, you know, in a little while. They're not forgotten. But meanwhile, I can do this. I'm meant to change lives. I'm on to the next person that I need to change their life. And that's what USANA has made me realize, is that I'm meant to change a lot of lives. And it's just about going out there every day and realizing whose life I'm supposed to change. And that I don't have no control over the people that say no to me. Now, I'll leave you with this. What I have noticed in these last, what I have noticed about these past 4 years that I've been reaching out to people is that people always think about me, guys. So when you're reaching out to people and maybe in a couple of years they didn't buy or they didn't come on right away, they're going to come back because they're going to think about you for health. And that's what USANA is. is true health, and it helps a lot of people. And people will think of you when they're at that point. Some people jump on board right away with us, and we hold hands and we take those people and we rock with them. But some people don't. But those people that you reach out to will never forget you. Give it time, and I promise they're going to think about you. So to me, like I always tell my teammates, a no is never a no. To me, it's always like, I'll see you later. And I will think about you when I need you. So mindset, guys, mindset. Get into that growth mindset. Don't let that fixed mindset take over you. And when you hear those fixed mindset thoughts, switch it into growth mindset. Bye, guys. Thank y'all so much for having me.